Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question tonight: should Ashley give Tucker another chance at love? Should she give him another shot? A lot of people that I've read have said yes. I look at this and I'm just like, why? Why would you want this woman who has been lied to and cheated on multiple times by the same person to just be like, yep, you should totally be with him? When you want more for this character, or just from a character in general, to sit there and give it to somebody who has lied to you multiple times. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people want those two together. I don't understand why you want somebody who is going to be with a perpetual liar. But yeah. So let me know in the comment section. What's good, Mel? What's good, CW? What's good, Darby? What's good, Kyrese? What's good, Monique? What's good, Nikisha? Look at me being here. Yes, it's always great to see you, Nikisha. Whenever you come in, it is really great to see you. Kyrese is in the chat. Denise is in the chat. What's good? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I really should start putting more water in this. I gotta do a better job of mixing this. I'm doing good, Denise. How you doing tonight? This, this is going to take like crap. But how is everyone's day? Shauna's in the chat. What's good, Shauna? Yes. Of course, Denise. Of course, you know it's a pleasure to see you. Yes. For anyone that watches YNR, let me know what your thoughts are about the question of the night. Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? Blackmon's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Blackmon? Shauna says Gladys hitting it. Curtis, have a seat. Nikisha is excited for the Trina and Spencer fans. I'm not actually going to say that name, but that's good. See, Darby says it feels like I'm surrounded by expert Texans. What's good, Cheyenne? How you doing tonight? What's good, Tamara? Thank you for joining tonight. How you doing? How have you been? Black Man, I'm doing good. Hmm. I am so messy right now. I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm off today. Well, off today and tomorrow, so I'm happy about that. Of course, I woke up late. Miss G is in the chat again. What's good, Miss G? It is a pleasure to see you once more. Solomon's in the chat. What's good, Solomon? So, what did everyone think about General Hospital today? What did everyone think about General Hospital today? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Ariana's in the chat. What's good, Ariana? Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to see you. And Monique says Ashley Loves comes with conditions since he failed at getting Devon to buy his company. Yes. Yeah. But my whole thing is, why would you want to go back to somebody who has lied and cheated on you like there was no tomorrow? You know, the Havlins in the chat was good. The Havlin. So Valerie says that the episode was okay. It was okay. Yeah, it exactly was that. Okay. Here's the thing. I think we can all agree the best part about General Hospital today was the boat scene. Everything else is kind of like, you know, the boat scene was the best. But if anyone liked a different scene besides the boat scene, let me know. Ms. Gee says I'm here to catch up. Saw your earlier review. What is always great to see you. So I also uploaded a video, my Y&R review today. I miss doing Y&R reviews. I really, really do. So I know it's late, but I want to sit there. I don't know why I didn't actually. Shauna says, Sam's smarter than Gladys. Oh, yeah, I mean, Gladys is, she is a dingbat. But you know what? Here's the thing, Shauna. I'm glad you brought that up because um, I'm just glad that Sam is actually doing stuff. That's what it comes down to. Gladys is actually doing stuff. I mean, Sam is actually doing stuff, so I'm happy about that. Now, Kyrie says Spencer don't look that bad. Just got to be honest, even though I still can't stand him half the time. But yeah, he comes across as an obnoxious, entitled tool. Simon says so far, GH is boring. Too much Mike and Willow. I'm FF. Yeah, that's what I felt like. Here's the thing. It's funny that you say that, Cameron, because with YNR, I fast forward through the whole Phyllis funeral crap. I couldn't deal with it. I really didn't care. Davlin says from everyone, reviews GH is good today. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Okay, let me take a drink. I want to really take a drink and read this. That ends this bottle. Mel says, I love Tucker and Ashley together, and Ashley sees that Tucker has a good heart and is changing, so they should get married. They should get married. I should have probably drunk that before I actually read that sentence. How do you just sit there and this dude is literally the definition of a liar in all shapes, way, and form. How on what in the hell? Okay, Tucker has a history of lying to. Damn right, Valerie. Tucker has a history of lying to Ashley more than once, like a couple of times. I don't understand how on earth anyone wants them back together. Like, why would you want somebody back together with somebody who has just consistently lied like there was no tomorrow? I don't get that. You know, I've said this in one of my reviews. I don't remember which one. Maybe it was Wine Arm. Is that I am too. I can be very logical, and sometimes that doesn't work when it comes to our soap operas. So I just don't understand how on any planet that Ashley should be married to Tucker. Like, why would you want to sit there and marry somebody who's lied to you? And not even just for, years, but even recently, though. Even recently, he came back and he was still sitting there lying. So I don't get it. Sharon says they need to bring better characters and stage actors. To what show are you talking about? Um, Ariana says Sam was a drifter on the street. She can smell BS. Yeah, I just, I don't know. Solomon says the only good thing that Ashley sees that Tucker has is below the belt. Yeah, I just feel like the dude is literally a habitual liar. He's been lying since he came to town. So why on God's earth would she sit there and be like, yeah, yeah. I mean, you could sit there and try to change what you want, but I feel like sometimes the past, like, he just has a really, let's be honest, shitty past with her. So I don't get it. Now, seriously, Monique says, what did Diane do to Lauren? I don't even ever recall Diane and Lauren having beef with each other. Well, Monique, you know how it is. Lauren rides for Phyllis, you know. So I guess I get that on some level. Now Nikish said, Albert, what makes Tucker different than Diane? Do you think Tucker should be forgiven, but you don't think Tucker should be forgiven, but you think it's okay that Diane was forgiven? She's been lying nonstop too. Okay, I'm gonna get back to that. Janet's in the chat. What's good, Janet? The amazing Janet is here. Hmm. Here's the thing. Gemini's in the chat. What's good, Gemini? The lying part, yes. What's good, Jess? Jess is in the chat. Yeah, Nikisha, the lying part. Yeah, I get that. Cheating? Eh, yeah. I mean, Nikisha does kind of bring up a good point. I'm gonna have to sit there and sit with that one for a minute. Last days in the chat was get last day. That's right, the one and only Justice in the chat. Hmm. Very good. Very, I'm not gonna lie. Nikki, see, this is why I feel like Nikisha should be definitely doing reviews because she got a good point. I actually got to think about that now. Ariana says my membership renewed today, and my name is now blue. It is green. I gotta take a look at that. That's what's up. Well, also, no. First of all, thank you, Ariana. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. You are amazing. Jay Blue is in the chat now. Jess said, "Oh my God, I watched Megan last night." Yes, yes. Megan was good. Megan, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would sit there and say, Jess. Every kill, except for the kid, which I'm not gonna lie, that kid was gonna grow up to be a dick. Um, every kill I felt was justified. I felt it was literally justified. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jess. I'm gonna watch Small this week. I'm looking forward towards that. Monique says I can't wait till someone sees Phyllis in her disguise. I'm praying that's Tucker. Oh, Nikisha, they are gonna come out with a sequel. They are gonna come out with a sequel, Nikisha. Gemini says Ashley should not judge Tucker, especially after what she did to make Victor the father of Abby. Oh, Carrie says I can't wait for my 6 months badge. Carrie's every day that you're here, that you support me and stuff like that, is a blessing, and I am eternally grateful. So thank you. Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, no, I was on the side. That little kid would have grown up to become a dick. So yeah, and yeah, Nikisha, I heard they are actually going to be making a sequel. But you know what? Here's the thing, Nikisha. I actually got to confirm that because I heard it from someone. So I'm going to confirm that. Ron's in the chat. What's good, Ron? Yes, Gemini, hit the like button. It actually really does help. We got 32 people in the chat. I have no idea how many likes we have. Um, as you know, it's StreamYard. For some odd reason, StreamYard is I like StreamYard, but it's kind of okay, cool. We got 15 likes. We got 15 likes. We got 35 people in the chat. If you are liking the stream, hit the like button. It really does actually help. Um, so thank you. Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's true. Diane has been lying, but here's the thing: her lying is, I don't know. I don't see her lying as bad as um. hmm. You know, here's the thing. Maybe if it was just a lying part, I can sit there and see. But the cheating part and the lying, and it's been going on for years. Hmm, I don't know. It gives me something to think about. Shauna says, "I bet Felicia call Holly or Frisco. Probably no. It would definitely be Holly because we're not gonna get Frisco. Um, and there are rumors that Holly's coming back, so most likely it's definitely going to be Holly. But I'm so glad that you got that you're in the chat, Gemini. Shauna says, "I'm so sick of Hope and Brooke." Well, Hope has actually been getting on my damn nerves, so I totally get that. Yeah, I remember you said that yesterday, Ron. I don't. Well, I gotta agree to disagree with you on that. The Thomas and Hope stuff seemed like it is going to be pretty interesting. So now Thomas says, "I get you, but she only told that lie because she didn't want people upset with her. Tucker, on the other hand, enjoyed being sneaky and dirty piece of." Yeah, I mean there is a difference. I would definitely sit there and say it gave me something to think about. I don't know. Shauna says, "Why are they talking at work? Why not? Why not? I mean, Hope seems. It seems like here's the thing, Hope. I mean, here's the thing, Shauna. It seems like most of those people could just come and go whenever they please. They could just come and go and leave work and whatever. It's just not that big of a deal. So yeah, I them talking at work. I mean, where else are they gonna really talk? I was more annoyed at the praising of Taylor Hayes. That annoyed me more than anything else, though. Monique says, I thought Drew wanted to be part of the mission to take down Victor, but where is he under Carly? He just waits for people to tell him stuff. You definitely need to start utilizing him a little bit more. Don't get me, I like Drew. I know a lot of people don't like Drew. I know a lot of people don't like Cameron Madison, Mason, or whatever the hell you say, however the hell you say his name, but I like him. And he said, but I will forever love Holly and Robert, but I can see Diane with him. So Ron says, I will fast forward every scene with Hope and Thomas, also Finn, Steffrey, Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge. I'm getting bored. So wait, Ron, you tell me that you only watch the show for Just Sheila and Deacon. I mean, like you only watch the show just for them. I mean, I never really understood people that just watch a show just for certain people. Otherwise, they're just not going to watch the show. Like, I've never gotten that. Like, even on General Hospital, some people just watched it for Jason and Sam. And I just don't understand that. I feel like you're not really watching the show. It's like, what's the point of even watching it if you're just going to watch it for two people? And Akeisha said Diane lied and used Jack's dead son to lure him to LA. She has a point. She has a point. Ron says I watch every character, but it feels like fillers. Okay. CW says I find it interesting that we were talking about Sam needing a storyline. She should have been at least part of the current cast on storyline because she is a cast on. Yes. Sometimes I sit there and wonder, CW, if they actually do like Sam. If they actually, screw it. If they actually like Kelly Monaco. Because, and I said this in my review, one of my reviews, is that the last storyline that was good with Sam was Shiloh. That was it. And then ever since then, it's just, nah. That's all it says. Ashley walked in on Tucker and Devon mom and he also cheated on her again with Tucker's chick, with Audrey chick. He ain't no good. Well, here's what I will sit there and say. They kind of both seem like trash. If we're gonna sit there and go tit for tat, they both actually seem like trash. So maybe she should sit there and give him another chance. I don't know. I mean, Jack gave Diane another chance. Diane didn't cheat on, not that I know of. Okay, you know what? As long as I know of, Diane didn't cheat on Jack. Now, if he did, or she did, then yeah, she would be in the exact same reputation. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Kyrie says, because why not, especially with a reputation like B&B, if you only find two characters to enjoy, power to them, half the time I can barely understand. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, Kyrie, it's not even really towards that. It's just in general. It's just in general, just for any show to watch it for two people. Max. Yep. I mean, here's the thing, Jonathan. If they just change the name and they don't change anything else, then it's fine. It's stupid. It does seem kind of lame. Oh, it's not going to be called HBO Max anymore. It's just I really do want to know the real reason why they changed the name. Ariana says I like Diane and Jack together. And Solomon says Albert Diane was trash 20 years ago. She's changed. She made some stupid decisions, but she's a better woman now. And no, she didn't cheat on Jack. Oh, well, then I guess she kind of wins by default. I don't know. I mean, kind of, yeah, but I don't know. Johnson says the only thing changed is they're adding Discovery content on the platform. Well, if I'm ever in the mood to sit there and watch the Discovery Channel, or Discovery content, then I know where I can go to. Of course, I've actually watched that in years. Nikki said, I'm not defending Tucker. I just don't understand why characters are judged differently. What crimes does time allow to what crimes does time allow to be forgiven? Ooh. Freddie's in the chat. What's good, Freddie? Yeah, I mean, I get that, Nikisha. I get that. But that's why I just asked the question, because it gave me something to think about. So you got some valid points, Nikisha. You do. Darby says I like the name HBO Max already, and I think the name Max is boring and uninspired. Yes, it is. It really is. It's yeah. It seems lazy. Gemini says Diane is not better. She is taking a breath because she has Jack and her son back in her good graces. Bell says, well, on Max, we'll have the Penguin TV series 20. Man, I hate Warner Brothers, but I really want to. I really want to sit there and watch that. As much as I hate Warner Brothers, Mel, I really want to watch that. Carrier says every Carly and Josh scene always got to be some emotional crap. Um, Monique says I've been watching the ID channel for about a week now. ID channel for what is the IG channel, Monique? Is that like a crime sort of channel, like forensics and stuff like that? Denise says, "Have a blessed evening, everyone. Have a good night, Denise. It was really great to see you in the chat. It's always a blessing. So hopefully get to say thanks to you tomorrow. Um, yeah, it's amazing. I don't. I gotta be honest. I don't understand how we got from Diane to Tucker, but I guess I do. I do get. Oh, Carrie says investigation discovery is crime channel. Oh, okay. I know that. Thank you, Carrie's. Oh, okay. Um, Cheyenne says something that I don't remember what you said. Now, Cheyenne says Nicholas needs to play a better role in the series. Nikki said Diane turned her life around when, though, because she was still lying to everyone just a couple months ago. XX is in the chat. XX says, why not haven't done anything bad since coming back? Oh, you mean Diane hasn't done anything bad since she's come back? Like nothing has been given to the viewers to show she still is a bad person. So I don't understand why people say she hasn't changed or anything. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. XX. I've been saying that for a while. What's good, Makai? Diane. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. I've literally been saying the same thing. I'm like, yo, listen, Diane hasn't done a damn thing since she's gotten back. So I don't understand why people don't like her. Um, Johnson says one theory on the name change is that they may end up selling the Warner Brothers content probably to Comcast, and they took out the Warner Brothers HBO brand to avoid a legal battle if Warner Brothers ends up. Oh, okay. Also, one theory. Okay. Makai's in the chat. What's good, Makai? Yeah, here's the thing, Access. I've been saying that. I've been literally saying that since day one she's gotten back. I'm like, why do people dislike Diane so much? You know? Carrie says, I've been watching See No Evil Fear, Thy Neighbor, Deadlier Women, among many others. Interesting. Big Samuel's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Samuel. I used to watch those shows, Kyrie's. I think with one of my exes. One of my exes I used to sit there and watch it. I used to watch those shows. Shauna says I'm not mad Diane been framed because she did it first, but I don't like the kids getting hurt. Tamara says I realized Phyllis is lies. I was wondering, am I being the conversationist? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, she didn't die. And come on, they're not gonna sit there and kill her off screen. Well, they might actually do that. Never mind. What the hell am I saying? It's Y&R. Of course, their best stuff happens off screen. Excess says, yeah, man, like her lives haven't even been crazy. She just hides stuff that went off screen, like she doesn't owe it to anyone to tell about everything that happened since she's been gone. Well, I wouldn't sit there and say that, but I don't. I agree with that part. Her lives hasn't really been super crazy though. Sammy says if Ashley is going to give Tucker a chance, she needs to leave Jack alone and Diane. Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Because says Albert, what's this Nick blackmailing Nate? Makai says Albert, what is this about Nick blackmailing Nate? I have no idea. Um, I'm gonna get to your question in 1 second. Jonathan, Nikki said, yeah, I don't remember Diane lying about her life in LA, lied about working with Jeremy, lied about turning him into police. That wasn't that long ago. You know, Days was decent. Days was decent. I'm really feeling like they only brung in Talia to be Chanel's girlfriend and to help out in any sort of medical crisis since, she's a doctor. I do like the scenes. I do actually love the scenes. I actually love the scenes with Chloe and Xander. I love those scenes. Um, so yeah, I thought it was decent. What about you, Jonathan? Akari says, I'd be mad as hell when they open the door for people that be I'll be mad as hell when they open the door for people that white people should. Yeah, yeah, Jonathan. I thought it was okay. I thought it was decent. But again, I'm not feeling this Talia chick though. I'm really not. XSS Jeremy is a criminal, and she got him. She got him out of here. I don't see the issue. She didn't lie about her life. She just left out the Jeremy stuff. The thing is, XX. They say not saying anything like it's a lie by omission, even if you don't actually say anything. You know, like even if you don't tell the truth, it's still considered a lie by omission. Samuel says the town not liking Diane is nothing new. People hate Diane is a staple in the show. A YNR, they hate Diane about everything she has done over her years as a character, not just in recent storylines. Yeah. John Johnson says, I heard Johnny is going to propose to Chanel tomorrow. Oh yeah, because that stupid cake or not bagels, muffins and I just uh It's so stupid. I feel like they're literally doing that just to sit there and try to mix things up. It's like, oh, a potion made this happen and that happen and that happened. It's like a get out of free jail card for the writers. Freddie says, I mute the entire Willow scene. Samuel says, but Diane hasn't done anything any worse than all the rest of the characters on the show. Shana says Diane's lied since she's came back. Yeah, but they weren't like heavy lies though, you know? They weren't like super heavy lies. Hmm. Wow. I drunk that a little bit too fast. Dolly's in the chat. What's good? What's good, Dolly? Let's everyone say what's up to Dolly. Seriously? Okay, Ron says, Abba, what's your take on Johnny and Chanel? They kind of rushed him really fast. They had a marriage, they got divorced, and he's been sitting there trying to get back with her ever since, you know? So, I don't know. It's hard for me to have a take on them because the whole relationship seems super rushed. Johnson says, how angry do you think EJ will be that Eric will find when he finds out he said, Jonathan, I think it's more, I think it would be more of an ego thing. I think it'll be more of an ego thing for him, not so much like he has super deep emotional feelings for Nicole, but the fact that somebody one upped him, you know, I think he's going to be more mad about that. They're going to try to explain it away with the brownies. I keep saying the brownies, but um, Shauna says Diane lied about Allie, about working with Tucker. She sent Jeremy to jail and spent his money. Yeah, I mean, I get that he's. Now, Nikisha said, what determines an acceptable lie? Damn. Because, when you really think about it, Nikisha, I mean, nothing's really is an acceptable lie. Now, Dolly says Johnny and Chanel have great chemistry, but they need more special moments to build the couple up. Yeah, they just seem like they were super fast. And so it's very hard to get a read on it. And, Nikisha, you got a good point. There's no lie that's acceptable. I guess there's big lies and little lies if we want to sit there and put it like as a level. Kyrie says, I hope that Adam and Sally are back together before the baby is born. Nick better not have more access to the baby than Adam. Nick already has Christian enough selfish best. Oh, Kyrie, I love it. Listen, Kyrie is always keeping it real. I can always sit there and say that about him. Monique said, I don't think Phyllis has an end game now that she's in debt to Jeremy. Yeah. Darby said, I don't trust cute, skinny little baker. Don't eat their food. I just, I don't know. I feel like at this point that um, Talia, I feel like Talia is more of a plot device than an actual character. Like, exactly, Janet. Kyrie's don't play. Kyrie keeps it 100 every day, 7 days a week. Um, but I feel like she's more of a plot device than an actual character. Like Sloane, when she came in, she was a character. Talia coming in, oh, I'm a doctor. I'm a baker. I think you two should get together. I think y'all should sit there and really just open up about your feelings. But she doesn't come across as an actual character though. Krista's in the chat. Krista says Phyllis is no better than Diane at this point. Mel says that was nice. Sally invited Adam to her doctor's appointment. But here's the thing, Mel, and I said this in my wine review. Like, you're saying that was nice that she invited Adam. Adam is the father of that child. It shouldn't really be so much of a nice gesture. It should be like, hey, I'm gonna sit there and see the baby's sex. Come with me. Not like as some sort of gift or something. Yeah, she doesn't owe him. She doesn't owe him. Um, I just don't feel like it should just be passed off as a nice gesture. That it should literally be um yeah, Krista, it's like it shouldn't just be a nice gesture. It should just be like, yo, come to the thing. Like, yeah, Ron, like I said, we'll just wait and see about that. We'll just wait and see. Um, but I don't know. I didn't it rubbed me the wrong way. That's what it comes down to. So it says this is a really good call out about Talia. She needs more depth. Yeah, she needs more depth. Hopefully they'll give it to her. No, Gemini, she's not leaving the show. I don't think that she's leaving the show. I'm like 80% sure she's not leaving the show. But yeah, Janet, I'm like, is his child also? It shouldn't just be like, oh, um, this is a nice gesture. Jesus, I'm out of line. Solomon says, I'm confused. What happened with Joel? I blocked him. That's what happened. Because he was getting out of line. He was being very argumentative towards people in the chat. So I blocked him. I didn't block him because of what he said. I blocked him because he was just going too far and just being like, you're just being a dick in the chat just because. That's why I blocked him. So yes, that's what happened to him. But Solomon, I think what Ron and Smith is saying is that he might have came back under a different name and he just kind of just chilling out. So I'm like, listen, if he did, he came back under a different name and he's going to be chill, then fine. If he gets, you know, rowdy, then yeah, exactly, Ariana. Yes, exactly. You know, she has a point. She has a point. They're all criminals, but I mean, I used to be. Well, I was. Here's the thing. I was never that bad. I was never that bad. Like I was never on to voice kind of bad. Yeah, Ron. I mean, yes, Jonathan. I saw last week's episode. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. It's very difficult to sit there and watch this season of Riverdale because it's so heavy. You know, it's like you got racism going on, you got homophobia going on, and that's just the first two damn episodes. Like seriously, and Veronica It has just been testing my patience since, I don't know, since this season. So it's all, but I would definitely be watching it though. Dolly says, "What everyone thinking of the recent Brooke and Hope interaction?" Dolly, I'm glad that she finally apologized. I'm glad that she finally apologized. I was happy about that. It was like 20 minutes into the episode, she actually apologized. And we all know that Hope is fronting on that whole not liking bad boys, so it's just a matter of time. Sharonda is in the chat. What's good, Sharonda? It's been a minute. How have you been? It seems like it's been forever since I last seen you. Like, seriously. Monique says Phyllis supposedly death would have been a perfect time to bring back Avery. There's a character named Avery? And Gemini says Nick doesn't even really want Sally. He only wants what Adam has. Everyone says that. I'm gonna have to agree to disagree, but to be fair, I haven't really been watching the show as long. So Johnson says, imagine if Riverdale was more like Archie comics. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that part, Jonathan, especially with the whole hat and their. Yeah, it's funny, Jonathan. I actually did sit there and read the Archie comic books back in the day. You know what it is, Jonathan? You know what it is? I'm so used to it being whatever the presence is that them just going back in time just kind of throws me off a little bit, and back to the 50s, you know? I mean, it's not terrible, but I'm just, for like the last season, I'm just so used to it just being Riverdale and all this crazy crap happening. And I mean, last season they had superpowers, so, there was that. Sharonda says, I've been good, hon. I've been good, Sharonda. We just been missing you, that's all. So it's good to see you back in the chat. It's very good to see you back in the chat. Grams TV. It's been a minute. I'm so glad to actually catch you on this live. How have you been, my friend? Jesus Christ, I really feel like you should be coming to these lives more. Oh, she is Phyllis' sister. Okay, well, that'd be interesting. Now, Shauna says Nick haven't never got over Adam and Sharon. Kyrie says Hope should have never apologized. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Why'd you say that for, Kyrie? I'm curious on your take on that. What's good, Tracy Steve? Thank you for joining. Monique says Phyllis was jealous. I'm not actually reading that. Monique says Phyllis was jealous of Danny and Christina's relationship, so she ran down Paul and Christina with her car. Jesus Christ. Freddie says nobody at the PCPD was here for Gladys. Yeah, she's annoying. She's annoying. She was annoying. Dolly says, Kyrie, we're enjoying Hope dragging exactly. Because I know that Kyrie does not like Brooke, so that's why I also love is finding out about finding out about different about everyone in the chat and stuff like that. Graham TV says doing good, bro. Working on content for my YouTube, but I have to pull up and show Graham's TV. You got a YouTube channel. Nice. Where's my damn pen at? Okay. I will be checking out your channel tonight, Graham's TV, and we'll definitely give you a shout out. So that's what's up. Harry says everything Hope said about Miss Mattress Brooke was spot on. I did a video. Oh, nice. Daisy Flowers in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Daisy Flower. I thought the boat stuff was the best part. Everything else is kind of eh. Someone says Phyllis also murdered someone back in the day by starting a fire inside the building they were in. Damn. And people, and it's amazing. And people hate Diane. And people hate Diane. CW says Phyllis was the reason why it was difficult for Paul and Christina to have children. Damn. And again, people hate Diane. Yeah, of course, Graham TV. As soon as you say you had a channel, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Definitely gonna check that out. Let's see. How are we doing on these little likes? 23 likes in the chat. So 23 likes in the chat, 42 people watching. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Oof. Gemini says Brooke slept with her daughter's husband and got pregnant with Hope. So please hush. Jakaris is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Jakaris. How have you been, Jakaris? Daisy Flaw says Riverdale is the worst show on TV. Why you don't like Riverdale, Daisy Flower? I know a lot of people don't like Riverdale. And I wouldn't go as far as saying it's the worst show on TV, but I do understand why people don't like the show. Toby says, does anyone agree that Phyllis shouldn't be messing with anyone other than Michael and Lauren and her kids? And it's funny too, because I was actually thinking about you today. I was like, I haven't seen Jakaris in a minute. Shauna says Brooke knew Rich was still there in her lingerie. Why didn't she tell Taylor? Jakaris has been doing Twitter space lately and focusing on my GED. Jakaris, are you guys okay? Jakaris, are you going to be going to James his Zoom event on Saturday? Nikki said, "Can you defend Diane without excusing her crimes or bringing up Phyllis?" You know, that I will agree with, Nikisha. The second part. Okay, you're going to Saturday. Okay, good, 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 good. That I will agree with, Nikisha. I do not like. I do not like whenever somebody talks about somebody, the first thing that they do as a defense is bring in somebody else. That is so annoying. So I definitely agree. Actually, to tell you the truth, I agree with that whole sentence. I agree with that whole sentence. Gemini says yes, Hope's sexy boyfriend, and Brooke says she thought it was Reg. Really? I heard about that. I didn't actually watch it, but I heard about that. Jay Blue's in the chat. Jay Blue says it's Ash just playing Sasha pregnant in real life. I just noticed a belly bump as she entered. Yeah, Jay Blue. And it's really funny because Jess was not there saying that for a hot minute. And I didn't notice that until recently. I didn't notice that until recently. I do have another question that I want to sit there and ask people in the chat. Pretentious. Now I want to ask this question in the chat. This is not even really so much of a. Monique says, seriously? Monique says, when Lauren told Michael he better not represent Diane, he should have said, I'm a lawyer. I defend people who needs representation. And she said she didn't do nothing to me. Y'all have issues with Diane. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. Now, until I actually learn how to do polls on. Seriously? Mm, you know what? I don't know if I should ask this question. Screw it, I'm gonna ask it anyway. No, I'm gonna think about that before I ask that question. um, yeah, I was like, let me actually think about that before I ask that question. I feel like my spider sense is nipped saying maybe that better not be like maybe that shouldn't be a good question you should ask. Now Freddie says one thing Curtis has some sense of doing at least was standing up for his wife when Valentine was out of pocket. But that's the thing, Freddie. Okay. Did anyone actually think Dolly says, nah, don't think it, do it, unleash chaos. I'm actually gonna sit there and leave that question in my back pocket too. But does anyone actually think thank you, Kyrie, thank you. Does anyone actually think Valentine was out of pocket with Portia? Because I said that in my review. I didn't think that she was out of pocket. I didn't think that he was out of pocket. I really didn't. I didn't actually think that he was out of pocket. Now Shauna says Curtis needs to have a seat. Darby says Valentine was not wrong. Yes, he wasn't wrong. I don't understand. He didn't yell at her. He didn't raise his voice. He literally just asked, how is Anna doing? And she pretty much kind of more or less brushed him off a little bit. Now, Nikki said Valentine was rude to Portia. I'm just kind of wondering how. I mean, yeah, I respect your opinion. I'm just wondering how. Sharana said, what do you think if Cyrus saves the day? Remember, he's connected like Sunny. That'd definitely be interesting. And if he actually does come back, that'd be what's up. Now Janice says Valentine was not out of pocket. I didn't think. Now Monique says I already knew Portia is going to flip her wig when she finds out Trina's on the boat. Yeah, she is. CW says no. Curtis needs to have several seats. Medora's in the chat. Medora says Valentine was just scared Portia could have been more compassionate. Yeah, because and that's the thing. She just kind of brushed him off. So Graham says no. Dudley says no. Valentine was fine. Curtis just generally doesn't like Valentine. Now Nikki said I think he did raise his voice and his tone. I wouldn't talk to a doctor the way he spoke to Portia. But all he did was ask how is Anna doing? And she I mean granted she was here's the thing. Portia didn't do this on purpose, okay? She was not trying to be rude on Portia. I mean, Portia was not trying to be rude to Valentine, but she was like, no, you gotta sit there and ask the other doctor. All she had to do was sit there and say, um, was, hey, you know what? Let me sit there and try to see what's going on. I understand you're worried about your loved one. Let me go and check. Instead of just kind of brushing them off aside. So I just I don't see it, you know. I mean, doctor or no doctor, somebody that you love is in the hospital. You want to find out what's going on. You ask this person, and then the only thing they sit there and say is ask someone else. In all reality, I felt like anybody in that situation would have probably been a lot worse than Valentine. So Nikki says Valentine apologized because he even knew he was wrong. Anna B's in the chat. Anna B says Valentine didn't have to apologize. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things we're gonna have to agree to disagree on. I mean, just for you know anyone that thinks the other way. Not that anyone's not that you're wrong. It's just I gotta agree to disagree on that one. I felt like he apologized because he might have hurt her feelings. I've apologized because even if I didn't feel like I was wrong, I felt like maybe I could have handled it a better situation. I don't know. I don't honestly tell you, I don't even know why he apologized for it, but it's no here nor there. Yeah, I don't know. But, well, okay. Now, the real question I was going to ask if my phone ever actually works. Kyrie says, I don't like apologizing. 9 times out of 10, I'm apologizing. Yeah, I mean, I can understand if you apologize for something you actually did, but I don't know. I just, this is hilarious. I'm Smith, trying to talk in the chat. Oh, this is good. This is good. Let's try this again. Krista says, Lucy is probably with Martin. Kyrie says, lying, not apologizing. Nikisha, does Valentine seem like the kind of man to apologize when he isn't wrong? No. So, yeah, I mean, Nikisha, he probably felt like he was wrong. He probably felt like he was wrong, and that's why he apologized. So I get that. I don't personally think that he had anything to apologize for. Like, I can see if he raised his voice, he yelled at her really, really nasty or anything like that, then I can understand why he would apologize. But I personally just I didn't see it, you know. But I gotta agree to disagree. Uh, yeah, I don't know about this question now. Nah, screw it. I'm gonna sit down and ask it anyway. Freddie says Portia most definitely is gonna ham when she finds out her daughter decided to get into this crazy castle mess. just to say Spencer. Yeah, yeah, she is. But of course, Trina still probably is upset. Here's the thing. I will say this, Freddie. I think after everything is said and done, she's going to be, Trina's going to be happy to see her mother. And I feel like they're going to start to build that bridge again. Build that daughter mother relationship again. Jay Blue says it's all about perspective. Valentine tone of voice is off to me. I understand he's anxious and angry about the situation, but why get impatient with Portia about not giving the answer she doesn't know? She doesn't have. And I get that. I get that. I do. I get that. But it's one of those things where it's like, you're right. Yeah, maybe his tone could have been better. But the thing is, in a hospital situation, they're not perfect conditions for somebody to sit there and be polite, to show manners and things of that nature, especially when somebody's life is on the line. So, yeah, I mean, hell, even if he sat there and he yelled, he screamed at her, he apologized for it, I think we can all understand that. Now, if that happened, he was wrong. But I don't think his tone wasn't so. He had a tone because she practically brushed him off to the side and said, "Wait till somebody else comes in to get answers that you need." So, again, I'm just going to agree to disagree on that one. I'm going to agree to disagree on that one. Now, they got a new Charlotte, right? And there's some people that are saying that they miss the old Charlotte. So, does anyone actually does anyone actually miss the old Charlotte? Or is everyone just accepting of the new Charlotte like whatever? Because me personally, I don't really care. Like the old Charlotte, the new Charlotte, the first Charlotte, they're all pretty much the same to me, you know? But I want to know what everyone else thinks. Yeah, Freddie, but that's the thing. I knew she was going to open her eyes. Here's the thing, Freddie. We don't have mystery anymore. We don't. Now, Jess says I prefer the original, but I don't care either way. Now, Nikisha, how can we miss the old Charlotte? We've seen her like three scenes, pop of this and pop of that. Yeah. I've only asked that question because I've seen a lot of people on Instagram be kind of upset that the old Charlotte isn't there anymore. Like people are like literally saying, "Oh, I don't like this new Charlotte. She's very stiff. She's not like the old Charlotte." I'm like, they are all the same. They're all the same. And Darby's like, I don't even remember this chick's face. All right, let's just kind of chill out about that. Remember, Ron, this is only just we're just talking about subs. All right, let's just calm it down a little bit. Johnson says, "Do you think Gladys will get arrested when everyone learns that she framed coding?" You know, part of me doesn't feel like she is. I don't know why. I just don't feel like she is. I really don't. I don't feel like she is. Now, CW says she has been recasted so many times it doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. Kyrie says unless they are talking about the original Charlotte, the one that bullied Aiden. I mean, they're all the same. Now, Jess says even Sam's kids I don't care about. Yeah, because we don't see them. They don't make like a lasting impact, and they're just kind of there for plot device. Now, Monique says I barely remember the first Charlotte. The only thing I remember about her was when Cassandra kidnapped her and Jason and Anna went to rescue her. Now Ron says yes, it's fiction, but Melanie is taking this seriously. Yeah, Ron. I mean, I get it. I get it, Ron. And she's just passionate, you know. Um, so I'm just kind of asking you to be the bigger person, if that makes sense. Now, Nikki said I wasn't. I was trying to figure out if Charlotte was going to be a love interest for Jake, but I can't tell if they are related. Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like a lot of that, you know, it's funny you say that, Nikisha, because like on Days of Our Lives, everyone is so connected that it's just like it just seems, yeah, it just seems really weird. And Graham TV says New Charlotte is okay. She has had enough screen time to really say. She hasn't had enough screen time to really say. Now, SB Benson said, "Did you see my comment on CC Unit?" Um, yeah, yes, I did. I didn't get a chance to comment back, but yes, I did see that. He got into well, he was filming somebody, and then apparently they got into a fight, and it was really ugly. So, um, like I heard, it was really hard to watch during a live stream. Was that you? That's at that comment? Because I got to go back and read a lot of different a lot of my comments, but I think that was you, right? Ariana said, "Okay, let's all play in the sandbox together." Shauna says they are first cousins. Spiderquake is in the chat. What's good, Spiderquake? All right, screw it. I asked that question anyway. Refer. Uh, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna sit there and write that. Never mind on that. Yeah. Daisy Flowers says they aren't first cousins. Yeah, you know it's funny because like here's the thing. I was gonna ask a question, but I felt like the question that I was gonna ask was going to give off vibes like I was going to be giving off a certain level of shade. So I decided not to. Screw it. I'm gonna ask it. I've been literally mulling over this question back and forth for like a good half minute. Now, Nikki said, yes, it's like Sam and Dante, not related, but too close for comfort. Yeah, I'm wondering. I mean, you know, the funny thing, Nikki, is that some people still actually accepted them as a couple. Now, Darby says, I wish I had a family tree when I watch Days, so I don't get mixed up when watching, so I don't think they are committing incest. Yes. All right, Shauna, I'm going to ask. Refer. All right. So this is something that I got to sit there and ask, just like I asked the other question yesterday. Now I ask, do y'all feel weird when a YouTuber refers to people watching their content as fans? I want to know everyone's take on that. Daisy Flawless is the actor, are close in age. Hudson is 16 and Brooklyn is 17. Cheyenne says yes, no, though scared of Chat GPT. What? Now Ariana says no, not really. Jess says no. Grams TV says not at all. Spade is a pig. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now Shauna says okay. Nikki said I prefer viewers or supporters over fans unless it's someone that I actually a fan of. Daisy Flaw says no. Okay. Ready? Yeah, I'm very curious about that. I, for me, it rubs me the wrong way. It rubs me the wrong way. I guess for me, and I can only speak for myself, it just comes across as it comes across as somewhat pretentious, you know? Like I always refer to the people that watch my content as just supporters or friends, you know? Like even though I'm doing this right now, I feel like I'm just hanging out with friends. So it kind of, it rubs me the wrong way personally. So I want to know everyone's take on that. Man, I was really mulling over that question for like a good 15 minutes. Jesus Christ. And Darby says, I don't think about it that much. Depends on whether or not I like their content. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Says, no, I'm fine. So no, you're fine with it. Okay. I don't know. It just, I guess it's just me. I guess it just kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit, you know? Because I feel like Snitty is saying somebody is a fan. It's like saying that you're above them, you know? Like yeah, exactly, Grant. It feels like you're just like, oh, I have fans. Like, no. You have people that watch your content, that support your content. That's a very beautiful thing. But to sit there and say that you have fans, Monique says, no, we're fans. Well, here's the thing, Monique. I would like to sit there and think that we're friends and that you're somebody that supports my content. I don't like that level of feeling like or snip there saying that somebody's above someone else. You know? Like maybe it's just a power thing, but it just yeah. But thank you, Monique. I'm blessed that you're here. Yes, hit the like button. It really does actually help. I have no idea where we are in the like situation. It actually really does help though. Darby says admires more than anything. Still feel like that's on a level of fans, but Jenna says, I think it's cool. It's not a bad thing, but not offensive. Okay, so we're at 28. We're at 28 likes. We got 42 people in the chat, probably 41 because I'm in the chat as well. Is it cheating if I actually like my own content? Should I hit the like button? I feel like that's cheating in some sort of way. Really do. I feel like that's kind of cheating. It kind of, yeah. You know what? Let me back out before I am actually tempted to like my own stuff. It was weird. It's like, yes, well, I mean, I feel like that question is sort of like yesterday's question when I was there asking people, um, Janice says, hit. Now it's like they're asking the question of like, people okay when content creators refer to people as guys in the chat, like, hey guys. He said it's okay to be your own fan. I'm my own fan. Well, Nikisha, yeah, yeah, Nikisha. I mean, you have to be your own champion. You do. You have to sit there and be your biggest cheerleader because if you're not, no one else is going to be. Now, SB S.J. Bernstein said Ghost got angry at the DA because she didn't press charges on alleged pred, and Ghost made a money deal to what? Are you serious, Benson? I'm gonna call you Benson. I like that name. I'm gonna call you Benson. Are you serious? I don't know, Benson. I've talked to him a couple of times. He seemed like he's a pretty chill person, so it's kind of odd to even hear that. Ariana says, hit the like button. Well, since everyone says just hit the like button, I'm gonna hit the like button. Oh wow, okay, cool. We got 33. Okay, well we got not counting mine, we got 32. So that's what's up. Yeah, Janet, we do. That's the truth of the matter. We gotta be our own biggest champions. We have to. Damn, I didn't have any of this. I'm so bad. Benson said no, sorry, a deal to get a therapist with a prayer. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was because I read it, I was like, what? Nikisha, I really appreciate this chat. I love chatting with y'all. Most of y'all. Nikisha, trust me. Well, I I've always said this, and I've said to this day that um I'm very happy that you're in the chat. You always have these really great comments when they're funny and they're smart. Like I said, I've said this multiple times. I think that you should do reviews on soap operas because you would definitely kill it. Seriously, in the chat, Nikisha should definitely do soap opera reviews. Period. I think she'd be really great at it. Oh, she'd be better than me. Freddie says because okay, somebody else. But Benson, if you are still in the chat, he does do catches on here. Well, he does live streams. So he does live stream catches on here. He just doesn't post on here. But he does live stream catches on here. I didn't hear erase it, which is still Monique says Spencer had to see for himself. But yeah, exactly. I said there in my video, I was like, um, I'm glad he's starting to sit there and see him for who he really is. Kyrie says, I'm happy Nikisha's around too. She's a true gift. I never get a headache when she's around. Yes, yes. And I'll say this. I'll say this in the chat. I may say the other part of it for like in the members live stream, but you know, yeah, CW, we definitely appreciate the Queen Acacia. Double C's in the chat. Listen, Double C, whenever you're in the chat, it's great. How have you been? I'm glad that you are in the chat. Yes. I was actually gonna. Oh, I was gonna say something. There's times like since we're talking about Nikisha, there's times where I still do feel bad about what I said before. You know, but let's just put it this way: I'm happy that Nikisha's back, and not just Nikisha, but I never want to make anyone feel like make anyone feel any sort of way or feel bad or target them or anything like that. And although Nikisha has forgiven me, and I'm very grateful about that, I still feel bad for doing it in the first place. And I felt like it was definitely one of those humbling experiences. You know, I know that I'm going to always make mistakes, but you know, so yes. Um, yeah. In conclusion, glad Nikisha's back. ML says Paul Chambers will. Oh, okay. Double C says it's been rainy all day. I love it. Double C, you actually like the rain. Interesting. Well, here's the thing, Double C. I would take the rain over the snow any day. I would take the rain over the snow any day. Also Double C, I think I probably wouldn't be so annoyed with the snow if I actually invested in getting a snow blower, which is something that I may actually wind up doing at some point. Is getting a damn snow blower. I mean, I don't live like on large property, but it's still just a pain in the ass to actually, um, you know, Jess said doing what? What's the question, Jess? Monique said, "Good night, everyone. Don't have anything else to add because everyone already said it. What I was going to say. Well, have a good night, Monique. Thank you for joining us. It was really great seeing you in the chat." Nikisha says, "Albert, please don't feel bad. You weren't trying to hurt my feelings or anything. I appreciate you and how much time you given us. I actually really missed y'all over the weekend. Thank you. Thank you, Nikisha. It was definitely a humbling experience. It was funny. I was thinking about that like a couple of days ago. But thank you, Nikisha. I'm grateful for the community you carved here. I appreciate that. Just as the weather was great in NY. Yeah, it was. It was. It was hot. I think I actually dressed it pretty raw. I actually dressed it pretty. Yeah, it was hot. I feel like at this point, Jess and everyone that lives in New York, I may at some point need to put the AC back in. Big Nate is in the chat. What's good, Nate? How are the soaps today? Average. Average. Nate, it's always it's really great whenever I get to see you in Dion's Corners live stream. Because like I'll see you there and I was like, hey, I know this person. Or, hey, I know that person. Gary says, yes, I really love your channel and most don't need to put 60 Carzone to our post to prove it. No, but thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. I thought about that today. You know, you, Nikisha, and Nikisha also. it was a humbling experience, but it's one of those things where it's like, even when she was going for just a little bit, it was anyway. I'm just I don't know, happy she's back, and I'm happy that everyone has a great time because it hits the thing, Kyrie's and Acacia and everyone else. Um, it's not even really so much me that actually makes these live streams so fun. It's everyone here, you know? It's everyone here. Shauna says Brooke don't have friends. Brooke has Taylor. I think that's her friend. Carrie says, "See, I'm trying to grow. I threw shade in Spanish. Typical calzonas, you know." No, Kyrie, so I appreciate that. Like I said, Kyrie always keeps it 100. Always keeps it 100. I love that. Now, CW also says Brooke don't have friends. Well, yeah, except for Taylor. And let's be honest. Let's be honest. She's not going to be friends with Taylor for much long. We all know that both of them, one or both of them, is going to break their pack. That's 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 going to happen. Freddie says, I can't tell if Flores being this nice to Esme to gain Esme's trust as a plot, or is she that trusting? Because if it was me, memory or no memory, I wouldn't trust that girl. Yeah, you definitely would have to sit there and have your head on a swivel. You would definitely have to have your head on a swivel for definitely. I do think Freddie. I do think it's more of um gaining her trust. The lovely AJ's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to AJ, Alyssa. Let's everyone say what's up to Alyssa. Double C says, I wonder how this story will end with Trina, Spencer, and Victor. I'm curious, but I'm excited. Carrie says Brooke count donos as friends. She had 1,000 of those. AJ, how have you been doing? Now, see, CW said exactly what I said. CW says she won't be her friend for long when she eventually drops the. uh, I love it. AJ said I've been good, just made it back home. I'm glad you was able to join us. Gemini says Brooke is queen of the thought village. Damn. Shade. Oh, shade. Carrie says not as much as Brooke loves it. It's funny. When I started watching B&B, I wasn't a fan of Brooke either. Something about her just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't know what it was, but I just felt like it rubbed me the wrong way. I don't mind Brooke so much now, But I just remember when I first started watching, I was like, yo, I don't know who this chick is, but she's annoying as hell. And I was like, I can't actually believe I've been doing YouTube for like 3.5 years. I seriously, I've been doing YouTube for about 3.5 years. I started late 2019, and yeah, Shauna says, I'm so glad the focus is off of Thomas and on Little Miss Perfect. And Darby says, now Darby says, I believe Thomas has the right to be innocent before being stupid and getting caught. Keep an open mind about everyone, including Thomas. Wait, last day you actually have a YouTube channel? Because somebody asked you for your YouTube channel. So, like, last day, do you do content on your YouTube channel? You know, not to really harp back on that other question I just asked, but I'm just so surprised. Or maybe some people didn't actually really think about it or didn't really answer it. I felt like maybe if I was on YouTube, I felt like I would have. I mean, if I went straight to YouTube, I would have got a better response. I just can't believe that some people are actually okay with their content creators calling them fans. I don't know. That just rubs me the wrong way. Now, Double C says Erica Kane was one thing, but Logan is another. Now, Gemini says Albert is true. Brooke has a kid with Eric, and Riz slept with Deacon while he was married to her daughter. Boyfriend, I'm assuming, slept with Bill while he was with Katie. Slept with Hope, boyfriend, on her prom night. Damn, damn. I don't even know what to say about that. Jesus Christ. Damn. That chick, um, wow. I don't even know what the hell to say to that. Jesus Christ. Now, Shauna says, don't forget Nick. Okay, maybe you're talking to somebody else. I'm very curious about what Nick you're talking about. And Kyrie says it would be Brooks Haven to be locked in a man's prison. Gemini says Deacon and Brooke's daughter was married. She conceived Hope and messing with Deacon. Now, CW says it's funny how Brooke calls Rich her destiny when she had 5 kids with 4 different men, and if she didn't miscarry Bill child, it would have been 6. Wow. Double C says Brooke will never sleep with Liam because we all know why. No, why? Nikki said Brooke had a lot of never naming Hope. Had a lot of nerve naming Hope Hope. So Last Day on Earth has a channel. Last Day, I might have missed your comment. Um, but Last Day on Earth Mystery Man. We gonna have to come up with another name. Um, I'm gonna check out your channel last day. Now Freddie says probably might not see no more Blaze just because of this link nasty storyline of constantly touching women without their knowledge. Mm. Curry says she knows Liam Picky probably smaller than Bill's. So she but yeah, I in a lot of ways this B&B is still a mystery to me. Because there's some people that really love B&B, right? And I don't fully get it because I feel like the show just has so much structural problems. The recycled dialogue for me is probably the biggest offense. Because poor Charles back in the day, they were only a half an hour too. And yet I felt like they pushed their stories so much more than Days is. Than B&B is. Now Nikki said I'll be fine if we never see her, Blaze, and Chase ever sing again. Damn. She was wait, wait, wait. She was that bad? Yasna, they're telling me that she was that bad as a singer. Jay Blue says, "I what way was Blaze horrible?" You know what? Now I gotta sit there and listen to her singing. Now Cheyenne says definitely gonna start a brand new channel. So yeah, big ups Albert and Oya. Well, Cheyenne, why are you starting a new channel for? Why are you starting a new channel for? Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. It was great seeing you in the chat. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm only going to be on for an hour since I have to wake up early, but hope I get to see you in the chat. CW says for Brooke, that would be downsizing from Dollar Bill. Jesus. Now, Nikisha said Blaze doesn't sound good at all, and AJ says that she sucks. Last day I'm gonna definitely check out your channel. All right, I made sure this time I actually wrote it down. Scanners in the chat. What's good, Scanner? Thank you for joining. I don't know what the hell actually goes on YouTube. Gemini says if Blaze cannot sing, then Chase is really wasting his time. Now, in the case that I don't think Chase should be a cop. If you can't stop yourself from punching bad guys, you don't need a badge and a gun. Okay, so is Chase actually okay? Is Chase actually a good singer, or does he suck as well? I'm very curious in the chat. What's good, Dave? Thank you for joining. How are you doing tonight, Dave? Carrie says she probably got that extra electricity. I wouldn't be surprised if it plugged in the wall right now, charging. That's how she keeps out with that fake smile. AJ says that's true. I don't think Chase should be singing either. Damn. So Gemini says Chase can sing. Okay. Jess says I don't like Chase singing. And Renee is in the chat. What's good, Renee? Let's everyone say what's up to Renee. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Nikki said Chase is decent at singing, but I never heard him enough. I never enough big him, but I've heard enough big him. How was your day, Renee? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I always here's the thing. I always sit there and skip a lot of these like singing stuff. So it's like, eh. Thomas says, I bet Brooke has a tattoo on her. Okay. Renee says, I wonder if the thing Victor is doing has anything to do with Helena coming back. Yeah, because there are a lot of people that did sit there and say that that she is actually coming back. So it'd be interesting to see how. Now Double C says Chaser right, but he's no Nat Q. Well, yeah, I mean, I also heard that Nat Q can actually, well, Wally can really sing in real life, and he's in the band. I think they call themselves the Poor Chuck or something. Um, China says he needs a day job. Miss Gee's in the chat. Miss Gee says, as the elders would say, they just carrying a tune. Jay Blue says, I think Chase has a decent voice. And AJ says, I'm all for Helena coming back. Hmm. Here's the thing. Um, yeah, Valerie says Ned used to rock out, but here's the thing. That's why they cut. That's why they had that whole Brooklyn getting her vocal cords cut because the actress really couldn't sing, and it was one of those things where it's like, why couldn't they hire um an actress that can actually sing? And Nikisha said, I thought Poor Chuck was Jason, Lucky, and Steve Lars. Oh, okay. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I thought Wally Kurt was in that group. I'm not gonna lie, Nikisha. Now I'm thinking about it, it's so weird to sit there and hear like Steve actually singing, like Jason singing. I just I don't get that. Um, Now, in the case you say Lucky, is that which Luck are we talking about? Because Jacob Young can actually sing. Like he does actually have a music career. Now, just is that why we never heard Brooklyn sing? Yeah, that's why. And we got a new person. See, hitting the like button really does help. Cherry ice cream. Cherry Ice Cream says people get bored with slow storylines. Yes. And that's why I made the video yesterday. General Hospital has way too many people. But thank you for joining tonight. Johnson Jackson. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he can sing also. Cat Lady's in the chat. What's good, Cat Lady? Nate says to answer your question, just Ashton Tucker should have another chance at love. It hasn't been easy thus far, but I'm ready for them to go all out. Let's everyone say what's up to Cat Lady. Cat Lady is in the building. Cat Lady, how's life been? Carrie says, now I want ice cream. Yeah, now I want ice cream too. Actually, I want ice cream now too. I'm gonna have to wait. Jesus Christ. Spikequake says, I had mint ice cream. Now Nikki said, I want Adrena back as Brooke. I rewatched a clip of her singing as Nicholas was practically drooling. I missed that Brooklyn. Yeah, I don't understand why they couldn't actually just get a person that can sing and act as well. Fiona says Cam can sing, but Chase unknown. Valerie says eating my nightly Twix. You know, and that's the thing. I have ice cream, but by the time it thaws out, I'm probably just gonna want to go to bed. So there's really no point. Yes, Jay Blue, he can sing. He was actually on that show called Nashville. He was actually on that show called Nashville. See what you did, cherry ice cream. See what you did, cherry ice cream. No one was thinking about ice cream before. Now everybody wants ice cream. Also, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. See, so hitting that like button really does help. I don't know where we are in the like department, but okay, so we got like 40, 41. You got 40 likes, so that's good. Yay, likes actually equals the amount of people that's watching. That's awesome. Gemini says Lucky can definitely rock out. Yeah, well, it depends on which Lucky we're talking about. Johnson Jackson and Jacob Young can sing. I don't know about Greg Vaughn. Curry says, crap got to take my fat ass to the store. Thank you, like button had to make me cheat on my diet before it started. Welcome to the chat, cherry ice cream. Yes, welcome to the chat, cherry ice cream. Now, every time that you come on, people are going to want ice cream. Double C said, I just had ice cream. Now, Shauna said, did anyone see Spinelli at the nurse's ball? Nope. But let me ask you a question for the YNR fans. Did anyone see Mariah and Tess at the gala at the 50th anniversary? Because no one saw that. Which also tonight I'm actually going to be snipped there dropping the video. I'm actually going to be snipped. I'm actually going to be snipped there dropping the video for the members. Now, Jess and Valerie said that Spinelli was there. Huh, I didn't see him. But also, you know, to be fair, I fast forward through a lot of the nurses' ball crap. So, Cherry Ice Cream says sorry and thanks. Spinelli, okay, Jonathan, he was okay. Nikki said I saw Spinelli, Ham, and Maxie were cute while their kids performed. Oh, okay. I was watching the extremely bad copy on YouTube, so that's why I didn't get to see it. He was there, right? Okay. Spinelli was at the nurse's ball. Yeah, he was AJ. I mean, I didn't see him, but that's what everyone else is saying. Now Jay Blue says Jay Blue says yes. I was in Nashville. I still have to see the last season. I found him on social media. The cast of Nashville are touring. Yeah, I used to. Well, Shakira's in the chat. What's good, Shakira? Let's have seriously. Let's everyone say what's up to Shakira. I used to watch Nashville J Blue with my ex, and then I stopped when I was with my ex. So yeah, Cat Lady says me too. I bet LOL nurses ball over. I made a video today. Cat Lady made a video. Definitely check out Cat Lady's definitely check out Cat Lady's review. Cat Lady is another person that does soap opera reviews. General Hospital, so definitely check her out. I'm gonna put it in my post tonight. Well, you're gonna see two notifications. One for members and one for Cat Lady's channel. So I'm saying check it out now, but I'm gonna put it in the post anyway. You know, Double says speaking of bad videos on YouTube, I miss watching JH on Daily Motion, but they not posting no more videos on soaps. Of course, Cat Lady, you know I got it. You don't have to thank me. You know I always got your back. But yes, that's very true, Double saying. Um Now, let me ask you a question, Double C. Is that just for General Hospital, or is that for all of them? Is that for all of them? Because I know you stopped doing it on General Hospital, but did they stop doing it for the other soap operas as well? I don't think they did. I know Y&R. Maybe. B&B they definitely didn't. B&B they definitely didn't. Johnson says, "Have you ever watched any of the class?" Yes, Jonathan, I did. Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. Godzilla versus Mech Godzilla Part 2. And also saw the first Mecha Godzilla, which had nothing to do with Part 2. And Godzilla versus Destroyer. Those are the ones that I watch. I love those movies, Jonathan. And I trust me, Jonathan. I mean, granted, they didn't age well, but I still love those movies. And of course, my favorite is versus Space Godzilla to this day. To this day. Any ones that you watch, Jonathan? There's still some that I'm missing. He said my kids not watch praise this on Peacock. I don't know. Watch it. It's very bad. Oh. I thought you was gonna sit there and say it was good. Seriously, I thought you was gonna sit there and say it was good. I didn't get a chance to see a preview, but it just seemed like something I probably wouldn't watch. But Johnson said I enjoyed Mechagodzilla and I recently watched Mangala. I don't remember if I actually watched that one. I don't remember if I actually watched that one. I think I was kind of disappointed with Destroyer because whatever the movie that came before it, I didn't watch, and so I felt like I was kind of lost. Oh, Renee, you like him too? That's what's up. Yeah, no, I I listen. I love me some Godzilla. I love watching some Godzilla. And Renee says, I just finished watching Godzilla 2000. I don't think I watched that one. I want to watch that one, but I don't think I watched that one. Oh, AJ, not a Godzilla person. I get it. He said no praise. This is a terrible awful. This is terribly awful. The acting, the music, the story. It's just all bad. Damn. AJ says I can't get into movies with giant monsters. No, I get it. AJ, what kind of movies do you like, though? What kind of movies do you like? I'm very curious about that. I mean, I have a very eclectic taste, but mostly I watch a lot of like I love sci-fi movies, action, obviously, anything Marvel and most DC, and horror. I love horror movies. Like I said yesterday, I grew up on horror movies. Shakira said, "Was Days good? I've seen GH already. Days was okay. It wasn't good. It had its moments, but it was okay though. So, Days was okay. AJ said I prefer thrillers, Spencer, slasher, horrors, comedies. I like comedies, but I would definitely put comedies last. Johnson says, ever how Spencer would handle his grandfather Stardust. Be interesting. And AJ says sometimes superhero movies. Johnson, I feel like we have the same kind of movie taste, but I'm very curious about you, what kind of movies you like. Ever wonder how Spencer would handle? Not good because I feel like Starburst does not play around. Like he legit does not play around. Mel says I can't wait for Welcome to Dairy TV series, The Conjuring TV series, the spinoff of The Big Bang Theory, of course, and Friday the 13th series on Peacock. Interesting, very interesting. I mean, of course, The Big Bang Theory would have a spinoff. I think I've watched a little bit of it, but Spikequick says, Albert, who do you think will kill Victor? Spencer. I think Spencer will. I think Spencer will. I don't know why. I just feel like Spencer will. Cat Lady says, I wonder how Spencer will handle his great grandmother Helena. Helena don't play. Johnson says, like action, sci-fi, fantasy, and animation. Yep. It seems like we were pretty much kind of born to be friends, Jonathan. I think that's what that comes down to. Now, Kyrie says Esme. Esme will be the one that will kill. And that'll be interesting. Shakira said her Helena's coming back next month. Yes. Yes, Jonathan. That's as soon as you said all those names, I was like, check, 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 check. Yep. Yes, yes, seriously knocked us over. Spike Quick says, I wasn't watching during Helena's time, but wasn't she old? Couldn't they have killed her easily? Not easily, no, Spider Quake. Even though she was old, she was definitely a force to be reckoned with. She was definitely not easy to kill. Oh, AJ, you watched Strange. You know, it's funny, AJ. My dad watches Stranger Things. Did he say a high school girls soccer team plane crash? Nate. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's that's. I would, yeah, honestly, tell you, I could watch that in the case. I could, if I wasn't like if I wasn't if I wasn't like caught up, if I wasn't like so caught up on like so much other stuff to watch. Now, what are you drinking in that cup, Dave? Dave asks, "What am I drinking in that cup?" Cup. Oh, Scott. I love this drink. Love, 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 love this drink. Now, Cat Lady says Helena was fired. She don't play exactly. She don't kill easily. Nah. You know the thing that was always really interesting about one of the many things that was interesting about her was that she always had she always had bodyguards in suits. They were always like well dressed. AJ says yum yum mascata. Yes, you damn right. But yes. Jay Blue says I could see Spencer killing Victor, but how will Trina respond to that? I like Esme angle too. I hope they don't drag Liesel to mess up her blood. Oh, drug her to mess up her blood. Yeah. Sure. Sharana says pour enough for me, Albert. I love this drink. I love street drinks. I love sweet drinks. Johnson says if Spencer kills Victor, he won't just be showing his Castellan side, but he also be showing his Corrento side. I feel like it would definitely be more Castellan than Correntos. Double C says Brock made some good points. He said Valentine needs to go back to the person Helena once feared. I don't, here's the thing, Double C. I don't understand how. I don't understand how Helena feared Valentine. I'm not saying Valentine wasn't a force to be reckoned with. Helena seems like she's very larger than life kind of character. So I don't see her really being afraid of too many people on this earth, except for maybe Spencer, and even except for maybe Luke, and even then, you know. So I don't know. I just don't know. Now Johnson says Helena was afraid of her own son. I don't understand how. Now AJ says Spencer isn't really a Corinthos because his mother is Sonny's sister on his dad's side. Sonny's mom maiden name was Corinthos. CW says I used to love Luke and Helena's verbal fork. Nikki said, do y'all think Helena will be alive or will it be a flashback or the rest of the video? Nikisha, I think it's going to be like a flat. I don't think she's actually going to be alive. I don't think she's going to be alive, which is going to be so disappointing. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that the actress is back, but like a flashback, a video play, it's so lame, you know? Shakira says, was Days good yesterday? It was okay. It was mediocre. It was average. Cat Lady says, Valentine, just like his father, don't look dangerous, but. Shakira, I would sit there and say this all week so far, it's been average. And I don't mean that as a bad thing, you know. I mean, in some ways, it kind of should be a bad thing because I always want them to shoot for the stars, but it was okay. Spider Quick says, what do you think is going to be Victor's plan? Now, I think it's too obvious to sit there and say that he's going to freeze the world like his brothers did. But at this point, I don't see what else it can actually be. I mean, I don't think they're going to go for like some sort of, I don't know, oh, damn. I don't know what the hell else it can actually be. I can't sit there and say, he's not going to poison a water supply, but poison the air? I like, it's so cartoon village, village villain kind of thing. Now Sharonda says that's why I think we can't count Cyrus out. I could see him trying to save the day. Sonny would owe him if he saves Spencer. I love that. I love that theory, Sharonda. I really do. I'm just looking at it more as could they get the actor to come back? You know, could they get the if they can get the actor to come back, then I'll be all for that theory. But I think that's really that's the more important question. Cat Lady says maybe he's going to unfreeze his brother. Yeah, but Cat Lady has to be more than just unfreeze his brother now. His big plan can't just be unfreezing his brother. We've been waiting. Here's the thing: we've been waiting for this plan for like a good. How long has Victor actually been on the show? For 2 years, right? Now, last day says, "How do you poison the air?" Um, I don't know. I saw it on the episode of Supergirl. So, and if anyone actually watched Supergirl and saw that episode, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, then yeah, that's just a theory I came up. That's just a theory I came up with. Only the Cassadine blood will survive, and everyone else, blame it on the Moscata. I think that's pretty much my theory. Now, Cat Lady just said an hour and what? Gemini says, I love Marvel movies and action movies are my thing. Yeah, Gemini, I love Marvel movies too. I also love Marvel TV shows though. Anything live action Marvel I love. Yeah, Riley, I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol. Shakira says, I watched tomorrow's episode. You mean you watched tomorrow's episode of YNR? Last says it could happen. Would it be the craziest thing to happen on the show? It probably wouldn't be. Now, Double C says, speaking of cartoon, we need Captain Planet if Victor's going to pollute the air. Double C, there was one point they were actually going to make a live action movie of Captain Planet. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that one. Kyrie says, I wouldn't want Cyrus back as anything but a villain. I hate that they made him the town punching bag or a little bitch for Sonny to smack around. Yeah, Kyrie, I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of that. I was not a fan of them just turning him into this Bible thumping good guy that just quotes off different Bible stuff. Wasn't a fan of that. So yeah, it's amazing. for the last couple of days, whenever I talked about Courtney. So I know how some people feel about Courtney. Courtney, well, actually, I don't remember her last name, but Courtney on General Hospital. Some people really couldn't stand Courtney. I couldn't understand why. I don't think that Courtney was a bad character. She did some stupid stuff like marrying AJ, but I don't think she was a bad character. So, if you remember those days, tell me why you didn't like Courtney. Now, Kyrie says it was horrible. How they? Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Kyrie, they practically stripped that man of. They practically stripped that character of his manhood. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Courtney Matthews. Thank you, Shauna. Kyrie says I used to call her Kickbox Courtney. Kickbox Courtney. Thank you, Shakira. Have a good night, Solomon. Thank you for joining. Now, AJ said Courtney was boring. And Valerie said Courtney, she had no substance. Ooh. Okay. So who's a better character? Courtney Matthews on General Hospital or Willow Tate? Who's a better character? Courtney or Willow? Oh, you. Jess says I don't remember Courtney that much. Jess, when did you start watching General Hospital? Have a good night, Solomon. Thank you for joining. Shauna says she was so naive at first, but I loved her. Ooh, okay. So Nikisha said Willow is better than Courtney. Damn. 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 Shakira says Willow can go. Asia said Willow's better. Shauna says I love both. Renee says Courtney. Okay. Valerie says I barely remember how Courtney died. I think it was like it was the virus, right? It was the virus. Like she was kidnapped by Helena and then she got the virus and she died. Nikki said when I think of Courtney, I get damn. Oh, just early 2000s. Okay. So it's funny, Jess. You've been watching the show. Okay, Renee also says Courtney over Willow. So it's funny, Jess. You've been watching the show as long as I have. 'Cause I literally started watching the show in the year 2000. I literally started watching the show in the year 2000. He said, I just remember being so happy when Courtney died. Let me take another drink because I want to sit there and read that again. Now, Nikisha said, I remember being so happy when Courtney died. Damn. Oh. Now, last day said Willow is worse because I watched her. Can't comment about. You can't call me about someone I never watched. Willow is boring and never done anything important on GH. Yeah, Valley, I had to sit there and take another drink because I was like, all right, hold on, let me read that again. Yeah, CW says Courtney died when there was a virus epidemic in PC. Yes, the water pathogen. I remember that. Jay Blue said I wasn't around. Jay Blue, Jesus. Jay Blue, when did you start watching the show? And Nikki said I've been watching my whole life, so I don't remember anything you. So I don't remember anything you know. Some stuff sticks to me, some stuff doesn't. The Courtney hated stuff. The Courtney hates stuff. Damn. Now Johnson says the actress who played Courtney was on primetime telenovela called America Harris. Listen, that chick was hot. Courtney was hot. So now Renee says, I love Courtney and Carly's friendship. Gladys is annoying. Yeah, that is very true. Um, Thank you, Valerie. Thank you. Just that, yeah, I don't remember Willow ever being exciting. AJ said, I don't like Cody, but I feel bad for him. Gladys setting him up like that was wrong. Valerie, Valerie says she was healthy in the booze department. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I said things. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't even comment on that because here's the thing. I feel like if I comment on that, I'm going to say something very sleazy. So I'm not going to comment on that. But yeah, I'm going to not get in trouble in this live stream. God, there's so many comments I could sit there and say about that though. Now Johnson says Willow was excellent when she fought. Yes, yes, Johnson. I will 100% give her points for that. I don't give a damn what anyone says. You know it's very true, Valerie. Um, I will give her points for that. Now, Nikisha, I had actually gotten to like Gladys. Yeah, she turns around, but of course, you know. Well, Valerie, at least you know I actually did like Courtney. So, Cat Lady says, Little Red Cup. She's right. She is 100% right. Okay, hold on. Daisy Flower says, however, I saw your review and Trina is no way. Well, I mean, Daisy Flower was being sarcastic. I was being sarcastic when I said that. Yeah, no, I was I was being sarcastic when I said that. Valerie says Gladys is really going to blame her gambling on grief. I'm still going to laugh about that other comment, but well, yeah, kind of. Listen, Valerie, I don't like what Gladys is doing. Grief is a very ugly thing, and there's times where people do not sit there. There's times where people do not sit there and take grief well. So Gladys blaming her gambling on grief, yeah, I can I get it. I'm not excusing it, but I get it. Um I'm still laughing about that comment. I'm still laughing about that comment that you said. Jay Blue says I've been watching Jay since the 80s. I take breaks sometimes. I took a long hiatus when AMC and Like Live was axed. I started watching more a few years ago from my mom, and I had a show in common. That's what's up. But you've been watching it for a while now. Like, damn. You damn right. This little red cup is about to get me in. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I'm surprised this little red cup did not get me in trouble already. The little red cup should have probably got me in trouble like an hour and 40 minutes. This that cup should have got me in trouble. So yeah. Now Shakira says Brando would be rolling his grades if he knew what his mom is doing to Sasha. Yeah. Valerie says solo cups are solo cups are the devil. Yeah. Daisy Flower says I need a little red cup. Shauna says Albert, she was grieving at first, but to set Cody up, she's the opportunist. She always has been. No, no, no. I agree with that. I agree with that, Shauna. I do. I 100% agree with that. But I'm saying as far as Daisy Flower said today was brutal. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Daisy Flower. I know. I'm sorry to hear that, though. But yeah, I'm not excusing what she's doing to Cody, but as far as the grief thing, yeah. Nikisa, I hate that Brando died in that stupid ass storyline. Well, Nikisha, let's be honest, they weren't doing anything with Brando. Brando was becoming wasted potential. So what the hell? Now Jay Blue says using grief as an excuse was quick thinking on Gladys' part. It is plausible. It is. Of course, Daisy Flower, you know we could sit there and disagree about our souls, but I always got your back, Dom. Now, Nikisha, remember how much time was wasted guessing who the hook killer could be? all other ideas were better than all ideas were better than what happened. Of course, Daisy Flower, of course. Johnson says my temperature gone up to 80 degrees. Um, are you okay, Jonathan, or was it a funny that I missed? I just I just feel like here's the thing. I feel like Brandon was wasted. Brandon was wasted towards the end of the show. He was wasted. So I wasn't sad that Brando died because I'm just like, bro, just get this man out of this ridiculous, stupid storyline that he was in. Fast tracking his relationship, fast tracking his relationship with Sasha, not doing anything cool and fun with Sunny. It was just a waste. Now Valerie says Albert is on one tonight. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, Valley. I read something different. For some odd reason, Valley, I read Albert one is enough because I looked at this cup and I'm like, Valley says, let's stay up late tonight. Justice is my room temperature. I know no one really cares. I just can't believe how hot it got. Well, Jonathan, you don't actually have to sit there and tell us where you are at, but are you in New York? Because I'm going to be honest, it's kind of hot in here too. Well, in New York, it's hot. Seriously, Valerie, because like I mean, granted, I have like the wine right here, but still, I'm like maybe. Honestly, tell you if I should just do one tonight. Have a good night, Kyrie. Thank you for joining. Now, AJ said, "I'm glad Rory died." Damn, that's Okay, I'm glad. Jesus. Jay Blue says I'm still disappointed with the Hook Killer storyline reveal. But here's the thing, Jay Blue. It made sense though. It made sense. Spider Quick says my room. I was sweating all day. I had to get a fan. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. And have a good night, Kyrie. It was really good seeing you in the chat. I am so not looking forward to putting my AC and my window. I'm so not looking forward to that. Because the thing is, not only it's not even so much the work; it's the fact that there's bees outside, and I don't want any bees to actually get in my house. Because I'll be so paranoid. I would have to sit there and really, I would have to really sit there and think all day how to kill a bee, and I don't want to go through that mental trauma. I really don't. Gemini, bless you, Albert. Thank you. AJ said, and that room temperature canned soda, Nikisha was horrible. Yeah, Valerie, I'm not a fan of bees. I'm not. I got stung once in my life, and that's the only time I ever want to get stung. Ever. Oh, wasp? Nah, F that. F that. F F that. Hard body F that. Wasp? Nah, I don't play with bees. Okay? I don't play with bees. I don't. Now, Darby said, I didn't like Courtney. She was so vanilla, even paired with AJ. I felt like, I'm not going to lie, Darby. In a lot of ways, I'm glad you brung that up. Oh, screw it. I thought that was so stupid that Courtney actually went out and married AJ. Like, what kind of crack are you on to sit there and marry AJ? Like, are you kidding me? Now AJ said the Brando actor didn't win. Yeah, I know AJ, and that sucked. That sucked. Sean, I never. Oh, Drusilla. You know what? That's a topic I will not touch with a 10-foot pole. Because trust me, I know the backstory behind that. Now, Spider Quake says, I'm scared of bees and wasps. Yeah, I don't mess with wasps. Okay? I don't like bees. I ain't messing with wasps. Um, F all that nonsense. But yeah, AJ, that sucked. That they killed off Brando. Because he didn't want to leave. But Brando here's the thing, Valley. Yeah, Brando did have a lot of potential. But they squandered it like there was no tomorrow. Now Johnson says looking forward to the Flash episode when Green Arrow returns. I am too. It's funny, Jonathan, because and this is another reason why I was glad you're in the chat. Because I would say this much about the Arrowverse shows. Jesus, this thing is heavy. Um, I never thought that the Arrowverse shows were good, like quality wise. I always felt like the shows were entertaining, but they were never good. Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Flash. They weren't good shows. They were entertaining shows. Arrow was my show though. I would defend that to the death though. Shakira says mosquitoes is bad too. Yeah, they are, but I would deal with mosquitoes versus mus- wasp and all that other ash. Spike Cook says one Flash last episode. That's a damn good question. I don't know. XX says I can never watch Arrow. I'm a mega Green Arrow comic book fan, and man, they made him a completely different character, and I hated it. Well, yeah, they made him more like they pretty much made him the Batman of the Arrowverse. So I totally get that. They made him the Batman of the Arrowverse. Shakira says, "Me too." Albert is what? It's fine. It's fine. I saw somebody say Janet in the comment section, but I don't see Janet in here. So weird. I don't know. I mean, I get it, XX. Especially since you come from a comic book background, but for me, um, I love that show to death. But I get why some people don't like it. Okay, Jen, you're still here. I'm not gonna lie, because I did kind of look for you. I was like, somebody said Jen, and I was like, the hell are you? I know you're here earlier, but now Shakira said, what's those yellow wasps called? Wait, walnut wasp? Jenna said, I had Audra was hot. Audra is definitely hot. Yes, yes, yes. She's definitely hot. I, Jesus Christ, that woman has curves. I mean, she's a snake. Like I wouldn't trust her in any shape, way, or form. But yeah, Double C says the Flash this season is so bad so far. Just supposed to pick us up one screen out. You know, Double C is very bad. They had 3 episodes that was nothing but filler. This is the last season. You know what? Here's the thing, Double C. I would say this: the CW has a history of making last seasons mediocre to bad. Even the originals, which I loved, I felt like could have been a little bit better. So Double C, when it comes towards like finales, I don't trust the CW to actually make them um good at all. I just don't. I learned from Smallville to just kind of take what you can get. XX says if you like Green Arrow, his new comic book miniseries drop next week. I believe it's going to be a 6 run, and the writers. I may actually have to go to the. I may actually have to go to my former job to actually pick that up. Then now Nikisha says the 100. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, Nikisha, because I do remember your favorite character was which is Octavia. That was another. I'm not gonna lie. In some ways, I felt like the CW gave us a middle finger with the 100, like hard body. So you tell me that everyone else made it to heaven or wherever the hell they were supposed to go, but Clark just stayed because she was a bad person. I don't even get that. That XXS Legacy had a good last season, but it wasn't supposed to be last season, and the end kind of screwed it up. XX. I will sit there and say this: yes, it was not supposed to end the way it ended, and yeah, Nikisha, I'm they all made it to heaven, but they didn't really like. Even okay, if you ever heard of a show called I Zombie, that was another series finale that they screwed up. But Legacy, I will sit there and say this: the creators always wanted to have somewhat of a happy ending, and they kind of did XX to some extent, except for that kid that died that no one really cared about. Um, their finale was as good as it was going to get. Everyone was alive, and you know, you know what, XX. I will sit there and say this: for the fact that the season got cut, the season got cut short, and they had to wrap up something together to make some sort of a finale. They did a good job. I will sit there and say that they actually did a good job because the person I can't remember the person who said this to Julia, but they pretty much was like, you need to find a way to wrap up the show because we may not get another season. So um, the fact that the fact that she got a heads up because her work was as good as it was, and she was able to scramble something together, it was as good as it was going to get. Especially seeing how they canceled it. Now, Double C says they could have had Max Mercury in the show. They could have. They, they definitely did like screw over the Flash. They did. Darby says, as a guy, Albert, you're not supposed to trust Audra in any way she performed. You're supposed to see. I love it. Dave said, how did a soap opera conversation turned into the Flash conversation? That's actually very easy. Usually after about 2 hours, and it's funny too. I'm glad you actually brought that up. Um, Usually after about 2 hours, most people kind of ran their course when they talk about soap operas. So we just kind of meander towards whatever other shows that we're watching. I feel like I should sit there and probably name this segment, but yeah. Now XXS that last Legacy season we're getting, like, I wish it didn't get canceled because it like seemed like everything was. Oh yeah, XX. I 100% agree with that. XX season one, season two, and season three for the most part was garbage. It was garbage. It was 100% garbage. I don't know what the hell they were going for. It did not match the tone of anything that happened before it. But season four was fire, and it sucks. I'm glad you actually watched that show because I actually have somebody else to talk to about that. And here's the thing, XX. When I sit there and say it was fire, it still had its problems, like continuity problems. But um, it's a shame that it couldn't move forward. Let's put it that way. But yeah, XX. I did watch Titans. I'm gonna be watching the last season soon. Last said we were talking enough about soaps and found other stuff. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just what usually winds up happening at the end of these streams. Double C says Vampire Diaries has an okay finale. Yeah, but also here's the thing, Double C. If they would have ended it the season before, I would have been really happy. But the last person that they had, like the last villain that they had, was garbage. Was garbage compared to the season that they had before, which was the Heretics. Nah, that was garbage. Like, are you kidding me? The Heretics was like, I would sit there and say they were nearly as strong as originals. And then we get whatever. Ugh. Now, XX says, Land and Hope annoyed the hell out of me, but what drew me into Legacy was was because it felt like the X Men. Yeah, XX. It was like the X Men meets Harry Potter. It was like the X Men meets Harry Potter. But let me ask you a question, XX. So you watched it. You watched the last season. Did you think that that fight between Hope and Aurora made any sense whatsoever? I want to get your take on that, and I'm very curious about your answer. I'm very curious about your answer because depending on what your answer is, this conversation is going to go in a very different direction. Ugh. Nope, it didn't make any sense. Good, I'm glad. So okay, you already know about the continuity XX. There's no way in hell that Hope should have ever been strong enough to fight Aurora. You know what's really stupid? What's even more dumb about that fight? The staff was magic proof. She wasn't. But it felt like they knew it was the last season, so they just didn't care at all. But I'm glad you said that though. Shakira says and watch Super Mario movie too. Oh, that's from Last Day says Vampire Diaries is Twilight, but actually a good show. I hated Twilight. I had to listen to Team Edward versus Team Jacob at school every day for years from girls. Have a good night, CW. Yes, I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But you know what's funny? Last Day is because of Twilight that they got the Vampire Diaries. It's because of Twilight that they got Teen Wolf. So, in all reality, as much as people really bag on um, Twilight, and granted, that movie definitely has its flaws. Jesus Christ, it has its flaws. There was good things that came out of it. There was some really good things that came out of it. Well, I think I'm going to sit there and end the stream here. This was a lot of fun. Also, yes. So moving forward, Tuesday now XXS Teen Wolf and Wolfpack's my show. I love them. Yes, and again, you guys sit there and thank Twilight. But yes, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are going to be my leg days. Um, every other day after that is probably going to be like an hour to an hour and like 20 minutes, give or take. So yeah, that'll be the schedule moving forward. Yes, this was a lot of fun. Have a good night, Shakira. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, AJ. Yes, AJ. It definitely had its moments. It definitely had its moments. I did watch all of the movies in the theaters, so yeah. Um, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of that. The movies were what they were. But yes, I want to thank everyone for joining. This was so much fun. Have a good night, XX. It was really great. It was really great talking to you. So I hope I get to see you in the next live stream. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Cat Lady. And I'm gonna sit there and post your video. XX, I hope it's okay that I call you XX. I've been calling you that all night and you haven't actually said anything like don't call me that. So but have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, AJ. Have a good night, Cat Lady. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, last day. Okay, good, XX. All right. Have a good night, Keisha. Have a good night, Blackman. Have a good night, Jessica. Have a good night, Cat Lady. I feel like I'm missing so many people. Okay, good. Yes. Have a good night, Cat. Have a good night, Jay Blue. Have a good night, Nikisha. Roby says I'm not as fast, Tyler. Have a good night, Shauna. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Mel. You people in the chat really do know how to make my night. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everyone back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will have a good night, Jonathan. I will only be going on for an hour because, well, the next day I have work early. So Friday and Thursday and Friday will be for an hour, and Monday will be for an hour. But Tuesday and Wednesday will be for 2 hours. So yes. Stay safe, everyone. I look forward to seeing everyone in the next live stream. Have a good night, Jess.